Welcome, this is Nathan, welcome back to another video. Today, we are finally taking a look at a scenario where Colombia forms an empire. It's been a while since I did a South American country, and if I'm being honest, I'm trying to complete this continent for countries, empires. And I'm going to admit something. I am so sorry that I did not do Colombia after that poll vote. I put the vote up, and Colombia won it by a mile. I'm pretty sure that every country on there, except from Peru, and yeah, we finally got to Colombia. So Colombia is, in my opinion, the first strongest country in South America. And they're quite strong, considering the neighbours. I mean, if you look at their expansion area, they wouldn't expand, but if they could go up through basically all of Central America, except for maybe, well, they'd have to make a deal with the USA with the Panama Canal, but forget about that. Ecuador, Venezuela, but that probably needs some help with the USA and Brazil. Peru, Brazil, actually Brazil will go extremely bad. I can imagine Peru's terrain will make it really hard to invade. But we have Colombia to 10-war and Ecuador. Ecuador's a country, or a really small country, not small, but it's a forgettable country. It's kind of similar to Jordan. It's not done much since it's actually a modern Jordan, but it's not done much since its independence, and pretty sure they had a war with Peru, but that's about it. So I know about the train, but we have Colombia sweeping through Ecuador, capturing Quito. I think that's how you pronounce it, and don't show that Ecuador's going to eventually capitulate. And you might see some changes with the Empire series in the thumbnail. Yeah, sorry about the red, just the red thing. I finally figured out how to put a flag in. Anyway, let's take a look at this peace treaty. So in the peace treaty, we have Colombia fully annexing Ecuador. And if you're wondering by the fact if Colombia seems a bit stronger and, wipes out Venezuela or another country, that's because I'd normally like to bust these countries, and also I know Colombia's not in NATO or anything, but NATO, UN, CSTO, BRICS, that's all disbanded. BRICS is actually an economic alliance, not a military alliance or global organization. But anyway, Colombia is starting to do pretty well. They got Ecuador, and that's not going to be hard to integrate. Well, considering it's Spanish. But now we have Colombia going up to their weakest neighbor, Panama. Now, if I am correct, Panama used to be owned by Colombia. Gran Colombia collapsed, but after it collapsed, they still had Panama, and it was just part of Colombia in all reality. But I'm pretty sure the USA wanted to build a canal there, but Colombia said no. So, they freed Panama, and ever since Panama's been independent. Well, I can imagine they want it back, but maybe because of that. Never mind. But anyway, Colombian troops entering to a part of Panama which you could not invade, but I just made them do it. And they sweep through Panama. They see some issues around the Panama Canal. They get through it, still allow ships to go through it, because if they say stop, allow ships to go through it, that will be serious. And Panama surrenders, so let's take a look at this peace treaty. So in the peace treaty, Colombia fully annexes Panama, and again, they're fully annexing these countries, so they're going all out right now. Now they have access to Costa Rica, and I can imagine Colombia will just go up through all of Central America. They'll probably do that, but they're not going to do that, and I said so. Because they want to go after a big, strong country like Venezuela. Venezuela's not strong, we're roundabout. But anyway, Colombia's going to declare war on Venezuela to get land. And for some odd reason, Brazil decides to join a war on the side of Colombia. No, don't do this, but Brazil joins this war because they decide that they also want parts of Venezuela. Now, they are on the same team, kind of, but Colombia is just saying that Brazil is just interfering with their invasion, but at the same time, I can imagine the USA would do the same thing, but if they said that about good old the USA, that would have some consequences. But anyway, I'm sorry, Venezuela, but you're gonna get stomped here. Literally, you're up against the strongest country in South America and well, right now it's a baby empire, but a soon-to-be massive empire. So Colombia splits Venezuela in half, and Brazil enters in through the jungle, which might not be a good idea. I can imagine Guyana would want to join this war, but seeing like it's kind of Brazil in this war, I can imagine they're not going to allow that. They really do not allow that, because Guyana was actually going to join this war. So Brazil actually raised the border to make them not join this war. Yeah, actually is kind of like, the world kind of talks out about that, saying Brazil, that's not correct, but in reality, if Guyana joined the war, it would just kill more people, so maybe it is good that Brazil stopped that. But eventually, Colombia and Brazil are going to sweep through Venezuela within, I'd say, like 2 weeks or something. So let's take a look at this peace treaty. So anyway, in the peace treaty, we have Colombia and Venezuela splitting, Colombia and Brazil splitting Venezuela. But anyway, you can see here that there are 2 lines. Why are there 2 lines? Well, in the peace treaty, Colombia proclaimed over this area, but Brazil said no, and they wanted that area. So, it kind of led to this border dispute, and if it isn't obvious, that's mostly recognised by the world. Brazil's claim's not really recognised. And that's because this was literally invaded by Colombia. You can see that the lands invaded by Brazil have been taken, and the lands invaded by Colombia were taken. So, in all reality, this is owned by Colombia, but never mind, it's weird. But anyway, Colombia is now going to do a little side mission in invading Peru. Now, with this border dispute, tensions between Colombia and Brazil are going to rise incredibly fast, like faster than someone's dad leaving. Okay, I should probably not make that joke again. That was really bad. So, Colombia declares war on Peru, and, well, saying it, Peru's not going to hold on very well. I don't want to say this, but I don't want to really say this because I don't want to get anything wrong, but I'm pretty sure Peru is actually weaker than Venezuela. So we have Colombia invading through the jungles, because that's a small flat area, and also the Amazon rainforest, but just ignore that. And they do pretty well. But seeing like, but they are, don't worry, Peru is going to be able to fight back. And that's mostly just because they're using their entire army right here, so after they do that, the Colombians creep back in, and they focus on capturing the coast. And after they capture Lima, Peru realizes they've screwed up, and just submit to surrender. So let's take a look at this peace treaty. So the peace treaty, Colombia doesn't actually take as much land as Peru thought they were going to do. Peru thought they were going to get fully annexed, and, from that, Colombia could invade Bolivia. But, the issue with that, Peru is massive, and with Panama and Ecuador, they were smaller. I know Peru has the same language as Colombia, but, it'll be harder to integrate all that land and probably actually even lose it. But anyway, that's enough stalling, as we have the final war of this video breaking out, and if it isn't obvious, it's going to be Colombia versus Brazil. Colombia officially declares war on Brazil to finally settle this stupid border dispute, and hopefully just get rid of Brazil as a whole. Well, they're not going to get rid of Brazil as a whole. That's kind of impossible, because Brazil is really strong. And also one of the top 5 biggest countries in the world, so that's not going to happen. But Colombia just hopes they can knock out Brazil easily. So Colombian troops exit out into the Amazon rainforest, and also up here on Venezuela's land. Now Guyana would join this war, but they're not going to. And that's because this war is mostly going to be fought between Colombia and Brazil, and they don't really want anybody else joining it. So Colombia exits down throughout Venezuela, and this is actually quite rebellious, so they rebel. Not really, but the people there rebel, because, I don't know, it's weird. But anyway, we have connection up between here, but after Colombia pushes in and the Brazilian army is finally ready, they are going to kick butt. This army is for some reason really well known with the Amazon rainforest, and it's just swing down on the vine, shooting their MK40s, killing any Colombian troop they see. But Colombia is going to decide to get some jungle tanks in this and jungle trained troops, and those people are starting to meet their match as these guys don't swing down from the vines. They're actual troops, they're not just Tarzan people. What? And eventually, Colombia's tanks are going to start rolling in, and I mean, the actual Brazilian army is not even up there. This is actually just random people swinging down from the vines with MK47s. But the real Brazilian army is heading up this way. I'd say the main army from Brasilia is around this area. Brazil's a big country, you don't understand. Okay? You will. So, while these people with somehow got MK47s are getting sprayed down by the Colombian army, we have the actual Brazilian army arriving, and, well, they're also jungle trained, so they do push back until Colombia gets more jungle trained troops, and it's a stalemate. Now, Colombia is making gains very slowly. This game right here probably took them like 3 months, well, maybe not 3 months, but it definitely took a while. Eventually, both sides agreed to come to a peace treaty, so let's take a look at this peace treaty. So anyway, Colombia takes a big chunk out of Brazil, but this is probably not going to harm Brazil. Other than the fact they will come to stand to get resources, but blah blah blah, just forget about that. But anyway, that's going to be it for this video. I really hope you enjoyed. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.